Have you ever pondered why narcissistic individuals tend to shift blame onto others? Why do they seem incapable of acknowledging their own culpability? Today we delve deep into the psyche of a narcissist, exploring the intriguing world of blame shifting and lack of self-reflection. Consider the case of Jane, a successful entrepreneur who found herself entrapped in a whirlpool of blame and manipulation by her business partner, John. John, a charismatic and seemingly confident individual, exhibited traits of narcissism, a grandiose sense of self-importance, lack of empathy, and a constant need for admiration. When their business hit a rough patch, John, instead of acknowledging his own mistakes, began to shift blame onto Jane. Jane, who was initially baffled by John's behavior, soon started to feel the pressure. She began to question her competence, her decisions, and her worth. Little did she realize, she was becoming a victim of John's narcissistic behavior. John, like other narcissists, was incapable of self-reflection. He failed to recognize his own shortcomings and instead found it easier to point fingers at Jane. In his eyes, he was the victim, not the perpetrator. His narrative was always the same. Jane was the problem, not his own actions or decisions. This case study of Jane and John illustrates a typical narcissistic behavior pattern: the inability to self-reflect and the tendency to blame others. Narcissists, like John, often project their insecurities and failures onto others, creating a twisted perception of reality. They view themselves as flawless and everyone else as flawed. It's important to note that narcissists are not simply individuals with inflated egos. They are people who lack the ability to empathize with others, to recognize their own faults, and to take responsibility for their actions. This inability to self-reflect and their tendency to shift blame is what sets them apart from the rest. To summarize, the world of a narcissist is a fascinating yet disturbing one. Their constant need for validation, coupled with their inability to self-reflect, often leads to a cycle of blame and manipulation. They project their own insecurities onto others, creating a distorted reality where they are the victims and everyone else is the culprit. In the ever-spinning carousel of blame shifting, remember this: the narcissist wants to convince you that your reactions to their devaluation is the problem. Yet, without their constant devaluation, blaming, and dehumanization, you wouldn't need to react. They actually believe that their devaluation of you is not the problem. They believe you are the problem because you won't allow them to traumatize you. In the end, understanding narcissistic behavior is the key to unraveling the complex web of blame shifting and manipulation. It's a step towards healing, towards regaining control, because then you understand the healing that is needed towards reclaiming your self-worth and cultivate a sense of self-love. For more insights into how to heal from narcissistic trauma, follow Dr. Amen Kaur.